Plenty of awards to give out: the Fair Play Trophy, the Young Player Award, the Golden Glove, the Golden Ball, the Golden Boot, and then the ultimate prize in world football.
FIFA will now present commemorative medals to the match officials for today's FIFA World Cup 2026 final.
The match officials receiving their medals first. President of FIFA first in the line there, Gianni Infantino. Next to President Donald Trump of the United States, the President of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, and Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, all in the receiving party. The match officials.
The FIFA Young Player Award, presented by Aramco.
FIFA Young Player Award is up next. You have to be born on or after the 1st of January 2005. We're looking at Pau Kubasi, the centre-half Thierry Henry focused on before the game. It looks like he's going to receive the award. What a player we've got our hands on here.
Well, it's been for a long time, and you have to give Xavi Hernandez a lot of credit also, because he trusted him right from the start. He trusted Lamine Yamal right from the start, and those guys are proven to be what he thought they were going to be. And this kid, well, this kid is a world champion, you know, but he's still a kid at the end of the day compared to my age. But you have to give him a lot of credit. He's so calm. He does about it the right way. He's getting a warm welcome, I guess, now to go and get his trophy, but I'm very happy for him. He deserves it.
Zlatan in that position as well on the field at centre-half. 19 years of age. What can you say about this player?
I mean, he's a world champion. What more is there to say? He had an amazing tournament. He had an amazing season also with Barcelona. They played the way they play in Barcelona. They played the way they play in Spain. The best defense in the tournament. Obviously, he's not alone, but he had a big impact. And today he was outstanding, and this is why he got the prize also, the best young talent in the tournament. Not because of today, but because of the whole tournament. So congrats to him. Great future.
It also shows the faith that they have in these players, regardless of what age. If you're good enough, you're good enough. Doesn't matter how old you are, and if you've grown up in the system, you understand, they'll put you in. They'll start you in a World Cup.
Unai Simon, Adidas Golden Glove winner, best goalkeeper at the tournament. He also has the most clean sheets. What a performance from him and from the players in front of him, Lex.
I mean, sometimes goalkeepers don't get the attention that they deserve. Sometimes they say, oh, you're not facing enough shots, you're not saving the ones that you should save. The mental fortitude that it takes, especially when your team has a lot of possession, to be ready to make that save, and maybe it's the one or two saves. Don't for a second think that that is not quality and that is not important. So I'm glad that he is being recognized, and I think his players in front of him recognize that if and when they make a mistake, there is someone back there that's going to save him.
Also interesting, Thierry, because there was a discussion before the World Cup about which one should start.
The coach answered it straight away. He said Unai Simon will do first, and that's about it. He ended the debate straight away.
How about this, Zlatan? Rodri, best player at the tournament, Adidas Golden Ball.
Well deserved, well deserved. This is a player, we talk about the stars, they scored their goals, they got their assists, but this player here, I enjoy him every time he's on the pitch. He plays a fantastic game, he's a genius, he always takes the right decision. Today he changed him, but Thierry had a point there. When they went one guy up, they didn't needed him anymore on the pitch, because they didn't need the defensive player when he defends and to take those balls, because it was all about the attack. So well deserved. I enjoyed this guy. He's a Ballon d'Or winner also, and now he gets the best player in the World Cup.
And that's my third example of don't give up. He had a rough season, did his cruciates. People thought he couldn't be the player he was going to be. He looked slow. City are not the same. He's not the same. And that's the answer. You lift the World Cup.
In a tournament where we talk so much about the stars, and rightfully so, while he's a star, it's a different type of star. And so I'm glad that he's being recognized, because a lot of the stuff that he does sometimes can go unseen, but it is so valuable. And I think the world recognizes how valuable he is.
And just one more line on Rodri. He's got the full set, hasn't he? World Cup, European Championship, Champions League, Premier League, Golden Ball at a World Cup. The list goes on and on, as Thierry says. He's come back from an awful injury. Here we go. Lionel Messi. Alexi leading up Argentina as runners-up at this tournament.
Say that. Obviously, in this moment, he's a champion. Champions want to win, and they want to win everything, and he has won everything. So he'll be disappointed, but my goodness, I think we can very, very quickly turn it to how important he is, how iconic he is, and how amazing he is, regardless of what the score was today.
And Zlatan, how lucky we are to have seen him play for the last 25 years.
I mean, we have enjoyed him. We have enjoyed him during this World Cup. He has not. I know he's sad he didn't win the World Cup, but listen, he had an amazing World Cup. He kept this team alive. He did some amazing stuff. He had moments where he was human. He had moments where he was not a human. And I hope he can continue to play as much as possible, so we can enjoy him even more. Will we see him in another World Cup? I don't know. You never know. But we have enjoyed him, and we're happy he plays the game, because we're going to be very sad when he stops playing.
What we have learned, Thierry, is to never bet against him.
No, it takes a team like Spain to be able to beat Argentina, and like I mentioned before, if they won today, they would have done something that I don't know if it would have been possible to do that, to win 4 major competitions in a row. They were very short and close, to do it, and look at what it means to him. If you ever have any doubt of it, this guy still have some fire in his belly. Look at him. Look at what it means. Look at this. Everyone is clapping because you're looking at him, and this is what he meant. What he means to him. He won already. Well, everything. And look at the guy. Look at the passion, the desire, the love that he has for his country, and how much he puts into it. And you have to give a lot of credit also to Scaloni, because when he arrived in the national team, he didn't look like he was going to be that way. And they did it all together with their fans. They came short today, but thank you, Argentina, once again. And Leo, I don't know what to say anymore about this guy. You know, he came short. Yes, let's just listen to this.
A moment in history as he takes the love from the crowd. Let's take you back to John Strong and Stu Holden for the lifting of the World Cup.
We reckon the frightening thing isn't just that Spain have won the World Cup without trailing at any point, while only conceding 1 goal, while already being the European champions. Really, the frightening thing is the fact that Spain were already world champions. A lot of us were at Sydney 3 years ago as their women won the World Cup. And now their men have won the World Cup. Something like that has never happened before. What sort of odds would you put on them winning the Euros in 2 years' time? You spent time in Spain. How would you explain this country and what they have been able to build, certainly with this team, but just with everything?
In Spain, it's not just a game, it's a way of life. They live it, they breathe it, and clearly they play it in just such a beautiful way. And It's fun to watch. It's a joy to watch. We should all enjoy this type of football. And hearing Zlatan and Thierry Alexis talk about it, the best team won. The best team throughout the tournament. I don't think we'll ever see a scenario again where just one goal against, 7 clean sheets. The best defense is a good offense. And the way in which they keep the ball, they break you, but then as soon as you get the ball, they win it back within just a couple of seconds. It's a commitment. Every single player to a man is so comfortable with the ball at their feet. You have 19-year-olds that look like 35-year-olds that are awed by the moment. And even in a day where we talk so often about stars, this is just the best example of a team. It is a team sport, and the best team won, and the best team showed it throughout this entire tournament, and it's incredible what they do.
You saw Ferran Torres a moment ago. He adds his name to the list of players to have scored the winning goal in a World Cup final alongside Andres Iniesta. Last time Spain won the World Cup in 2010, they took advantage of a red card for the opponent, and they won by a 1-0 scoreline in extra time. And yet so many players have made plays. Mikel Merino coming off the bench to score a pair of game-winning goals during the tournament. Aymeric Laporte has been a starting center back at 4 tournaments now with 4 different partners next to him as part of the Spanish team that only allowed 1 goal. Alex Baena, who would have put him on the list of a guy to be a consistent starter?
But a perfect example again of a guy just that had so many important contributions for this group. And in a rare occasion where we think about history many years from now, about this World Cup, this edition, and who knows how many Lamine Yamal is going to win, wearing the number 19 shirt at 19 years old, turned 19 throughout the tournament, and yet scored 1 goal. That's a scary thought, that he's a World Cup winner on a day where he wasn't the star. But he understands what his role, what his importance is to this team, and he is willing to play that role for the betterment of the group. And I think when we look back, there's his brother Kane in the crowd, and he's been fun to watch him throughout the tournament. His just joyous, big smile as his brother goes on to win a World Cup. But we will think about not just what they did, but how they did it. And this team will be remembered for so many years about just how dominant they were. Thinking back to that opening day where they drew against Cape Verde. Scoreless draw, you asked me, are you worried about Spain? I wasn't. But I didn't know they were going to go and win in this dominant fashion.
There are now in the history of the Men's World Cup 5 teenagers to have won the World Cup while playing in the final, and 2 of them are on the Spanish team. Lamine Yamal and Pau Cubarsí, who, as you saw earlier, received the award for the best young player at the tournament. And Luis de la Fuente is the great example, as his predecessor as World Cup winning coach was Lionel Scaloni, of the Federation man. He was the youth national team coach. He didn't coach in a high-profile club. He wasn't a big star manager. He has done nothing but win, and he becomes now, at the age of 65, the oldest coach to win the FIFA World Cup.
He said it best in his post-match interview. He said, look, this has been coming. We've won at every level, and they have. They win at youth national team levels. He managed his team in the U21s, then gets the senior job, and the most important one of all, he is now a World Cup champion as well.
And here comes Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante, better known as Rodri, better known as Golden Ball winner for Most Outstanding Player at this World Cup, 4 Ballon d'Or winners, World Player of the Year, either side of a torn ACL.
What a player.
A man who has done so many things, and really a guy that makes being a defensive midfielder cool, because he wins the Most Outstanding Player of the tournament not by scoring and assisting and doing all these things, but by doing all of the other things. And now it will be the job of Rodri, with his teammates behind him. They've been together for the better part of 2 months now here in North America. And they traveled from Atlanta to Guadalajara to LA to Dallas and here to New Jersey. One final act of this incredible summer of soccer for Rodri to lift the trophy and for the celebrations to begin both here and overseas. And when Rodri's ready, here we go. Spain have won those of us that have gotten to do this 3 times, for those of us who go back to 2015 in Canada, what a blessing it is to be a part of these moments and to bring them to all of you at home. Let's do it again sometime, shall we? Rebecca Lowe for one final time, down to you here at this FIFA World Cup.